Hey guys. Hey guys, what's going on? Alright, so we have some momentum here on the 5, okay? It's 9:30. I'm just gonna quickly chart this 5-minute, okay? So right now we've made, okay guys, perfect. We'll start from the daily. Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Dave. I'm partners with Ron at Stock Sniper Trading, and I'm really excited to be going live with you guys. So make sure to check us out. We'll be rotating and doing opposite shifts, so it's pretty exciting. All right, so basically what we're going to do is start with a top-down analysis. All right, we always walk down from the daily, okay, and then you can go to 4-hour, hourly, and then walk your way down at certain time frames. But what we need to notice here is that we made a nice little, after the double bottom here, boom, boom, breakout. So remember, all these have been days very bullish. Then we got a huge sell-off here with this bearish engulfing candlestick. Okay, tried to make a retest here, and then obviously sold off. So now what we're looking to do is pretty much chart some of this daily action right here. Okay, and then we're going to work our way down from obviously the daily down to the 5-minute. All right, so you want to look back maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, see where we can get the high and a low. Okay, I just have these marked green. Usually it's a support up here, sorry, a support down there, and then a resistance up here. Okay, so I usually mark that as red just for visual. Okay, just give me 1 sec, guys. Gotta check this out. Okay, sorry, just sending all right. Okay, perfect. All right, so back to where we're at. Okay, so it's made some lower highs and lower lows continuing down from here. Okay, so in this candle on the daily is still below any kind of support here. So with this wick, okay, this wick right here has not made it below down here just yet. All right, so when we start to test that, it's going to continue to make the lower highs and lower lows. All right, so another area that I really want to get is pretty much the same candle. All right, just on the wick. Okay, you can chart the bottom of this too, just so you understand. Grab some wicks, grab some support and resistance on higher time frames, and then it'll make it a little easier for you to spot the big breakouts on the lower time frames. All right, so then we're going to go to the 4-hour. Okay, you'll notice that pretty much the 4-hour lines are a little bit over, so I like to tighten them up personally, just to keep the charts clean. Always try to grab the most precise wicks. So we made a bearish engulfing candlestick that engulfed this previous candle here. Okay, now we're making a bounce all the way up, and we've made it up to so far 1761.79. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to wait because we've made a nice little momentum push. I think when we get down in the lower time frames, we're going to be able to kind of spot a little nice trade entry here on gold. Okay, we're going to drop down to the hourly now. All right, so look guys, tighten it up. You know what I mean? This is higher time frame support and resistance. I personally like that simply because you can spot, like I was mentioning about a little bit before here, the bigger breakouts. Gold isn't doing too much. It's kind of like consolidating a little bit on the higher, like around this area here. I know they're big zones, but if you look, it hasn't really broken past here, and a little bit it's kind of pushed in. All right, so I'm not going to leave that on there simply because I'm a support and resistance trader. All right, so we're going to grab some resistance right at this top candle here. Okay, I'm going to switch that up colors. We're going to make it red. Okay, we're going to drop down from the hourly pretty much down to the 15-minute. Okay, you don't have to make that huge jump. It'll give you on gold a nice zone though, so it's something you got to keep in mind when you're actually trading gold and any kind of indice, that it's very volatile. It's extremely like I said, it's just extremely volatile. So you always want to make sure that you have everything kind of precisely charted before you're actually looking to for any trades. Because a lot of the time, if we can spot this right now, look, this wick right here has made it below here. So we are still kind of in a downtrend, which is why we're getting that kind of sell-off right at the top. Like I told you, we made 1759.4. Now we're kind of getting some rejection here. So like I said, it's very volatile. It's hard to get into nice trends, but when you do, they really can trend. Okay, so I'm going to look at grabbing one on the 15-minute. Okay, and then I'm going to drop it down to the 5, and then we're going to look for a potential trade entry here. Okay, I'll even put that down to the 5 right now. Okay, and then we can see where we're at. See how, guys, it's really choppy right now. It's in the middle of the way gold trades. Gold doesn't really move too much at 9:30. It's kind of like before and after. All right, so I want to get us to a nice spot where we can kind of spot some support and resistance area, look for the trade breakouts, and then we can go from there. But basically, sorry about the video, guys. I'm just trying to get everything set up here. If we're looking for a break kind of below, what I mean, even here, like 1756.1, you can see there's a lot of selling momentum here, but it might come back down and then retest here. So we just have to wait and see, because prices have been down here before and it's made a lower low. So let's see if it, like, a possible trade would be something like this. All right, don't enter in yet. This is just an example of, we'll want to look for trades based on good R to R. And we walked away down all the way from the, like I said, the hourly, the daily, all the way down. And the reason why I'm setting it right around here, guys, is because it's this previous wick right here for the entry. Okay, so if you're entering here, guys, we like to tell our members, use a smaller lot. All right, like 0.02 to 0.05, depending on your account size, simply because it's like a potential little runner. Okay, I don't always like to go full standards or whatever it is right off the bat, simply because it can come back to bite you in the butt. All right, so if you're doing anything like a smaller lot, just to see an initial runner, that way if it does reverse, then basically what we can do is you can cut the trade and you're only down like maybe less than $5, right? But it's better to be less than 5 than down like 50-60 on the initial runner. That's why when you start to break these, you can start to add and so on and so on. Okay, but we're making some nice downward push here. This wick is starting to come down and test here. There's still 19 seconds left. We need to see how it closes. Okay, so just wait and see. If you did enter in a smaller lot, like I said, hold your stop tight, because if we do reverse, we can get up there and pretty much go bullish. Okay, but we need to just patiently wait. I was just showing you the types of entries that we're looking for, because that drops, use the trusty ruler. If we get in here and we get down there, potentially 50 pips. Okay, and you're only willing to really lose maybe 20. Okay, so it's a nice risk to reward, and you're not using crazy lot sizes initially. Okay, so I also want to chart NASDAQ. Okay, I know there's probably been a huge, see, this is a crazy one right here. All right, so let's just wait and see what happens here. I'm just going to chart it on the 5 based on how I generally would if I'm scalping. Okay, I would normally do a top-down analysis. All right, and like I said, I highly suggest everyone does that too. The reason why I just like to chart this is to see where we're at. Okay, I do follow this indice as well as the US 30 pretty regularly. Okay, so we just need to be patient and see how it's going to react. So if you don't know really what it's looking like right now, you can go on a higher time frame and you can see it's been severely bullish. Okay, and then had a huge kind of sell off here. Okay, but it's a little bit of indecision on the on the actual candle that we're on. Okay, so if we drop it down to the 5, we can see that it's still right there. It's ready to make its move. But if it starts to break, guys, above, here, it can pretty much go bullish. If it starts to break below here, guys, it can fall a little further. Okay, so let's just wait and see. It's very volatile to trade these, and we didn't really do a top-down analysis, but these are some of the indices that I do follow. Okay, and a lot of our traders, you know what I mean, they understand that it went in one of the groups that we have. Okay, so if we're looking at gold, see what I mean, guys? It tried to push down a little bit. All right, and now it's potentially finding a little bit of a bottom there, but it's still making the, you know what I mean, this wick is breaking below here. So it didn't get necessarily down to touch 1755, you know what I mean. It's finding some support right at the potential entry, and that's a good sign, you know what I mean, because you know, at least we had the proper entry point at roughly 1756, because that's where they closed it and made it support. So if this is going to continue, guys, we're going to look for a potential bullish engulfing candlestick to maybe engulf this, or we might see a 2 to 3 bar pattern for a potential reversal. If not, then, you know what I mean, it's going to continue in the actual bearish momentum here. Okay, but the buyers do look like they're kind of coming in. All right, so we just need to be patient and wait and see what's actually going to happen. Okay, and remember, guys, proper risk to reward is very key when scalping these indices and gold. All right, so that's what I'm saying. You should not be just throwing out standards here. You should not be doing these types of orders right off the bat, especially when we were just looking at a potential sell. Okay, because look, guys, this whole consolidation area is green, red, green, red. There's not too much going on in terms of the getting an actual trend. Okay, but we know from the overall daily working our way down that it is has been on a potential nice little sell-off here. Okay, so let's see if it's going to come up. All right, if you are using a smaller lot size, like I said, you have this hard stop at roughly 1758.5, okay, 0.3, roughly around this area. All right, and then that way we can look for another potential entry. Okay, good morning, Doug. What's going on, buddy? All right, so I want to take a look at NASDAQ again. See what I mean, guys? I'm not, I'm just, we're waiting here. Okay, this is where it pushed up, okay, to 14,581, and then this is where it kind of like found some support here. Resistance, support, ceiling, floor. Okay, so at 14,538, if we're looking for a dump, then you know what I mean, it's going to be flushing then. All right, I don't think it'll be doing anything before that. You won't just see it erratically pop down like some of these candles here. That was market open. Okay, okay, so like I was mentioning before, there is a little bit of, you know what I mean, not too much momentum. I think what will happen is around 9, 4, right, yeah, right around this time, leading into the 10 o'clock candle, the hourly open, we'll see a bigger picture of which way this is going to push. Okay, so if you want to just maybe erase this, you know what I mean, we can come back to it then. But right now, I'm just waiting and seeing. I'm not going to look for anything, but just keep in mind we did have the sell, initial sell here, and this is just for the people who are you know what I mean, if they did potentially take that. Okay, you know what? I'll keep it there just so you can see. That way we do get stopped out. It is it happens. Okay, but like I said, it's not too much in terms of profits that we would be losing. Okay, and guys, when we do our private Zoom calls, this is how we exactly set it up. Everything is looking pretty much the same. If this is going to go bullish here, you know what I mean, we're looking for a potential trade like this. Okay, you know, and then our stop losses would be pretty much tight. I know that looks like a 1-to-1 almost, but that's just on the 5-minute. This is where potentially we would have our one of our set take profits too. Okay, so but like I said, this is not a trade entry right now. This is just showing you how we would look for it, you know, in terms of a breakout based on this 5-minute candlestick. Okay, so it's looking like it's potentially pushing up, and then say it does go bullish and it enters in, you know what I mean, your take profit area. What you would do is you would just take your stop loss, you would move it up, and then potentially, depending on how many pips you would go up, you would move it to break even. Okay, so let's just wait on that. That's not an actual trade entry, you know what I mean, that's just an example. So let's just wait and see how this actually plays out. Okay, so see how it's very choppy right now, like very choppy. Like if we went to, you know what I mean, forex.com, or sorry, forexfactory.com, you know what I mean, we would see some red folders here. Maybe we can show you guys after the call, but you know, it's kind of cool off time, market open. Red folders might just be happening. I didn't actually get a chance to look at them for market open today. So, okay guys, there we go. Now we're starting to make some momentum here. We're getting a nice little push. All right, so if this breaks up here, guys, we could potentially look for a bullish momentum play here. All right, so it looks something like this, because that's a lot of power there, guys. It's a lot of power. Okay, so let's just wait and see. And same thing, guys, use smaller lot sizes when you're doing this. All right, an initial runner, but that's a very powerful candlestick. You know what I mean? Look for potential some resistance right up here, 1762. All right, and then we'll go from there. But that's a very powerful candle. Okay, that candle completely engulfed. Like guys, that candle alone, you know, even where it's at right now. Okay, right there to there, guys. That's $4. That's a 40 pip candle. All right, so that's a lot of momentum right there. A huge momentum, guys, and good catch. So we would have been stopped out at the other one, but like I said, you're not using much. Now what we want to see, guys, is we want to see this breakout here. I don't want to see an impulse candle. Okay, I want to see it maybe come up to here, have a retest, and then walk up here. It might come up to this area again, come down, look for another little retest, and then potentially continue on the bullish momentum to the upside. Okay, but we need to wait and see. Well, guys, there you go. Look at that. Okay, so if you're happy with your profits, guys, you know, you can move your stop loss to break even, and we can ride this trade out. If not, you can maybe move it there, or even keep it in the original position that it was. All right, but that's a very powerful candle. All right, very powerful. From take profit to even there, guys, we're up 25 pips. Okay, and let's just check out NASDAQ. See, okay, this is nice. This is an impulse candle here. So what I mean by that is it pretty much, if I show you, it made some nice push from down here, pushed up. Okay, now it's pushing back down right potentially at our entry. Okay, but so that's why you wouldn't take that. You would look for, like I was showing you on the other, on gold, you would look for a breakout, look for a retest, and then a continuation. Okay, so that's pretty much what you're looking for here. The impulse candles are the worst thing ever. All right, that's why you need to understand that you can't be trading them based on you know what I mean, impulse. Okay, because it does shoot right back down. It's something that you want to make sure that you avoid at all costs. All right. All right, guys. So for the gold trade, and I do apologize, I flip back and forth on usually two pairs, simply because it's something that I always like to just watch, especially the NASDAQ 100 on market open. Okay. Okay, guys. So the overall, what we're looking to do, our entry point was right here, 1759.48. We're looking first take profit here, okay, 1761, and then our final TP would be right around here. So guys, but also I like to take partials. All right, so basically, you know what I mean, it comes up here, it didn't sorry guys, give me 1 sec here. Okay, so before I start saying that, it didn't break above the resistance. Remember I told you guys it would get some hold up right around 1762. Okay, so it's getting sold off just a little bit. Okay, if you would like, you can take partial profits. Okay, so pretty much what that means is maybe you want to take it right around here. Okay, and then what you're looking to do is maybe take, you know what I mean, 80% profit depending, and then leave 20% runner. Okay, let's see what's going to happen with the actual trade though. Okay, so that's right there, guys. That's if you wanted to. You know what I mean? A lot of people when you're scalping, taking partials is difficult at times, but you know what I mean? It's very important to make sure you're doing that, simply because so you can secure some profits. Okay. Okay, guys, there's NASDAQ. Perfect. See what I mean? No entry. That's why we wait. All right, this is phenomenal. All right. I'm looking not to enter in anything on NASDAQ right now, simply because You know what I mean? You're getting head fake candles in both directions. Okay. Let's go on. Let me go down to the hourly. Okay. See how we got the pretty much the end of the wicks of these candles here. See how fast it's moving. All right. So I'm now looking to grab these top wicks. Okay. I'm looking to maybe grab some support right around in here. All right. And then some potential breakout area to hit target possibly there, depending. All right. We got to wait for the break, retests, and continuations. So the hourly is getting sold off, it looks like. Okay. That's a bearish engulfing candlestick right there. All right. So we're getting some selling pressure here. So we just need to keep this in mind since we are in the 5-minute right now. All right. So if she starts to break down here, it's got to break below starting in this position and then continuing down. All right. Okay, guys. So gold, like I was telling you, getting rejected at 1762. All right. Looking to potentially take some of your partial profits right there. That's what this was. Because, guys, the initial impulse was, yeah, it ran up to 29, 28 pips depending on when you got in. Okay. But now if you understand, rejection, all right, so now it's pretty much almost at break even. Okay. That's why we definitely look to, take profits and make sure that we're securing some of the hard work that we did to get into this trade. Okay. So very strong bullish move. Okay. A lot of sell-off coming on right at the 1762 area. Okay, so let's see if this is going to hold or if this is going to completely, I don't know if it'll engulf this 40 pip candle, but if it does, then we have some indecision in the market and the sellers are starting to take control. Okay. 10:30, yeah. So that's what I was saying. The US folders will be coming in around, they always do it kind of like on, the 9, 9:30, 10, 10:30 area. I generally check every single morning. I didn't get a chance to check today, but it's definitely important to make sure you understand that those folders are very, very important when you're trading. Okay. And the reason why, guys, I trade on price action itself, you know what I mean? We go based on the candlesticks, the power of the momentum. Obviously, being aware is important, but I've been trading for quite some time that I understand anywhere between 8 and 11 is a lot of the times big news, red folders on any kind of pair. Majority, USD generally happens around that time. And sometimes, roughly around 2. So and a lot of the time it depends on the days. Sometimes there's 3-4 days a week where there's not too much, and then there's one day where there's a ton of news. Okay, this is Wednesday, and Yusuf, mentioned that we have a couple little orange folders at 10 and 10:30 for USD. So we might get to see some momentum around that time, which will either push or pull depending on the results of that news. Okay, so the Nasdaq is kind of, selling off, pumping up, selling off. Okay, let's just wait and see. If it breaks below here, guys, you know what I mean? We're looking for a potential entry for the downside to hopefully for the break at 14,537. If not, we're looking for a potential break up here and then roughly for the push up. Okay, so we're just patiently waiting. We never want to enter in any trade pretty much on its own. Okay, in terms of impulse, and you're always trying to wait for confirmation candles, and what have you not. So right now, guys, if you are still in gold, you know what I mean? We made some push down. We're finding some support right here. Okay, it's ironic that they're opening up this candle. Pretty much they closed it right there. Okay, and opened it up right on found some support. So let's see if it's going to hold here. Okay, if it does, you know what I mean, then we'll continue for the push up. If not, it's going to start to break, which, you know what I mean, then we'll just look at taking that little L, right? So to continue, this candle right here needs to definitely close at least 50%, and then the next candle or this potential candle can come back up and engulf, but this wick needs to be broken. This candle needs to push up and start testing this wick to continue the pattern, okay, for the higher highs. this wick right here, it wasn't broken. Okay, so they opened it up below the resistance, like I said, at 1762. So now it's very important for these candles to start challenging this wick right here. Okay. Okay, so Nasdaq is getting some selling pressure coming on. All right. See how over here, guys, this area right here. See all these wicks? This is where it's getting held up right here. Okay. If you want to erase this red line right here, we can do that. So if she starts to break here, you know what I mean? Then we can maybe look for getting into our potential sell. Okay. And how it would look depending, this is NASDAQ, obviously you need to have a little bit of higher stop loss, but if it starts to really break, we could look at getting into a potential trade looking like this. I'm not saying it's going to drop all the way down here. You know, NASDAQ has been, you know, very bullish depending on the year and the day. So it's something that this will be a quick little opportunity trade, you know what I mean, with little good R to R. So there we go. We potentially be in this trade here. Okay. Use a small lot size, guys. Like I was saying, NASDAQ can add up very fast, but you know what I mean? It's got to start breaking this area right here. Okay, it might get some push up, all right, but it's looking like it's selling off. Okay, so let's wait and see here. Okay, so it's approaching, you know, a good take profit. All right, so there's your entry. Boom. And then we can see if it's going to fall even further. See if we can get to 14,521. Okay, so guys, this stop loss, like I said, it's very tight. All right, so if you're entering in, like I said, it's something that you need to do with a smaller lot size and then start to add as it breaks, because Nasdaq will continue for quite some time, you know, once it starts to find the trend. Okay, so we've hit a take profit. All right, it's not too many crazy pips, but you know what I mean. We're looking at, you can see it. Okay, so okay, see how gold, guys? See how we didn't, it's finding some support there. Okay, but it's got to make another move. All right, it's got to, and like I said, there's 36 seconds left on this candle, and it's not breaking above our initial entry at 1759. Okay, roughly 1759.5. All right, so let's just wait and see. All right, but it's still finding some momentum there, guys. So that's a good sign. You know what I mean? It held support there. The wicks opened up evenly, all right, and then the bulls, obviously because of this previous candle right here, they came back in and they're starting to push back up. But like I said, they need to start challenging this wick right here. It's an absolute must. If not, you know what I mean, the sellers could come up here and pretty much you know, hammer right back down. But this wick was now above this previous wick, so it's looking potentially really good. All right, but again, they need to start challenging here for the continuation. All right, just gonna jump back to NAS for 1 second. Okay, guys, you see that right there? You see that? That's why having a tight stop loss, you know what I mean? I personally would have it roughly right around here. Okay, that's just me personally for NASDAQ. All right, if it switches, you know what I mean? I would have been probably like in terms of it flips. So made an impulse, okay, put it down here. It still opened in between the initial entry area, you know, which was right there, okay. And that's why having a really tight stop loss on indices is very difficult. But like I said, when you find that right entry, it's very good in terms of following the overall trend. Okay, so 10 o'clock, guys. This is why it maybe made a nice little bounce. We might just start to see some bullish momentum here. Okay, so I'm gonna just take that off. All right, it roughly ran 120. Okay, so let's just wait and see. Now it's getting some consolidation area. All right, you see how all the impact right here before? Wick, 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 tried to break down, held some support, and then they broke back up here. Broke the overall, pretty much I would consider that, you know, 14,554. Okay, so now it's coming back to this area, made some bullish movement, sold off huge, and now it's just hovering there. So let's just wait and see what's going to happen with NAS. All right, there we go, guys. Gold, I told you we missed it a little in terms of this, but it'll continue. They always fill the wicks. They always try to fill. All right, guys, so this is looking pretty nice. This wick broke above this candle. I told you this, that would have been a nice 2-bar play. Okay, but let's see if it can fill. There's still 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. We need it to break above that 1762 area. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm just checking and see if there's any further take profit. There is. All right, so guys, we can maybe get up to 1765 depending. Okay, because now they're breaking that downtrend here. The head fake candle, boom, started to push back up. So this thing starts to continue. Like I said, this is where it's going to go. Okay, but they need same thing as the initial entry. All right, what they need, guys, is they need to break above here, have a retest, and then walk your way up there. All right. So let's wait and see. It's looking good in terms of the actual wicks itself. But now we're getting some push down here, okay? So just remember, this is the key area, guys, right here. 1762, you know, psychological number, all right? Okay. There's a minute and 25 seconds, all right? I'm going to flip back to NAS just because it's something I always follow, okay? You see, guys, it's still in that same area right there, okay? Made a nice little impulse move down, push back right in here, you know what I mean? And now it's going to make its decision, okay? It happened before. You see what I'm saying? These wicks right here, as soon as the wicks got down here as well, you know what I mean? Like this wick all the way down. Sorry. Right around here. See what I mean? As soon as it gets to these areas, guys, you know, right here, and roughly it breaks down, the buyers are really coming back in to try to take control. Okay? So we just need to wait. You know what I mean? There's no impulse entries I don't think that we should be doing in terms of taking a trade just yet, simply because there's a lot of selling pressure mixed with a lot of buying pressure. Okay? So we just need to keep it safe and then find one of the best trades possible. Okay? So there we go. Gold is making some nice higher highs and higher lows from, you know, roughly 1755 area. Okay. Okay. So we closed above. Okay. Look for the retest here, guys, which is basically break. You know what I mean? Break, retest. Okay. Talk about this all the time in our member group, guys. All right. See what I mean? So now if it gets all the way up there, we got to see a break with a retest and then a potential movement to the upside again. Okay. But guys, from entry all the way to now, 36 pips, guys. Okay. We would have sold off, taken partial profits for another re-entry. Some people maybe would have held. Okay. So they would have bought here, you know, maybe held all the way down there, which it happens. I'm holding trades like this, you know, all the time until it hits my hard stop. Okay. And then found some support and then started to make our way back up. It actually pushed up higher than these previous wicks, broke above psychological 1762, and then made its way up. Look for a retest here and then a continuation. All right. Guys, if you want, you know what I mean, you can move your stop loss to break even, okay, so it can be a risk-free trade. All right. If not, you know, you can leave it such as, and you know, if it dips down again, you know, you just buy in the dip on entries. All right. Okay, so it's testing 1762. We knew it would because it had a tough time breaking through it. All right, it attempted even over here once. You know what I mean? They tried to push up here. Weak closes, push downs, consolidation, potential breakouts here. And as you can tell, we had an impulse attempt here, push back down. Now the buyers came back in, and then the same thing's happening right around the 1762 area. Okay. Like I said, you can move your stop loss up there onto support if you'd like, and even potentially move it to break even depending on where you got in. Okay. See how Nasdaq, it's head faking, selling off, buyers coming in, selling off. We're gonna leave it. Okay. Okay. Same thing with gold. We had it here before. Look to take partials. Okay. So roughly, if you're around here, maybe take, you know what I mean, 80%, leave 20% running, if you'd like. Okay. And that's for this on this candle right here, because if it starts to sell off, you know what I mean, at least we're securing profits. And then if it goes in stop loss, you know what I mean, it's either break even depending on if you put it there, or you know what I mean, you would have actually broke even on the overall trade. But again, taking profits is something that is extremely important when you're scalping, simply because you want to pay yourself. Because gold, like I said, is it's erratic. You know what I mean, it can have huge impulse moves, and you can be in a great trend, and then all of a sudden it just completely dumps on you. All right, or it pumps on you. It has a mind of its own, but like I said, that's why you want to obviously pay yourself, take some profits, you know what I mean, and move your stop loss to break even at all costs. Okay, because like I said, it's still good power here. We had this happen before, you know what I mean, push pull, but overall, let's see if it's going to push all the way up. That's what we're looking for here from down here. Let's see. Okay, so you want to find the ascending angle. You know what I mean? You can look at pretty much this. So look for it to always come down and test here. It's done it all the way here. Pushed above, came here, retested. It's going to push above here, might come back down, retest. If not, it might open roughly right around here, and then hopefully continue up, depending on where the buyers and where the buyers are hovering around. Okay, and you can tell they're still there simply because there's a lot of bottom wick. Okay, well, it would be the top wick of the actual red candle here, but it's a lot of the push up. Okay. Still in good profits, guys, on the initial entry. 16 pips. That's pretty good. You know what I mean? So considering the initial went all the way up to around 35. So you would have, like I said, if you take 80%, you're at least taking, you know, maybe 25, 26 pips. You know what I mean? Depending on if you got in from down here, if you got in from initial entry. Okay. And you know what I mean? You will be very thankful when you learn how to do that skill, simply because, you know what I mean, sometimes once you take partials and move your stop loss to break even, you know what I mean, that 20% could come back down and hit it, and it could be a lot more if you didn't actually do that partials as well as a stop. So okay, so there's 4 minutes left. The new candle pretty much just opened. All right, finding some support right around 1761. Okay. Now attempting 1762 area, the same area that has been a pretty much a hold up. Okay, so to continue, this candle needs to break this candle, or the next candle would need to break pretty much and test this wick right here. All right, if not, potentially might sell off, and you know what I mean, retest the ascending angle right here. If it breaks there, then we could look to it's going to attempt the initial entry. Okay. Okay, guys, so it's selling. We had a nice little sell before here. Okay. So if anything, if it starts to break here, guys, like I know, I'm going to erase. All right, so we're starting to test here. I had a feeling it was going to be. Just had a really tight stop loss. So If you're entering in, guys, it's a very small position simply because we're nowhere in the buy area. Okay. Let me just see where this potentially can drop to. Okay. Let's just wait. All right. Getting some hold up here. I was looking for the sells. A lot of power, a lot of selling power here, okay? But again, we're in that area where the buyers are just waiting there. They're hovering, all right? This is where order blocks comes into play. You know what I mean? Support and resistance, supply and demand. Trust me, these are the areas where you want to sell, okay? But you just need to be patient, as you can tell by look at the big push up here, all right? So that's what I'm saying. Right now, NASDAQ is a risky one to trade. US 30 is another industry we follow, so we probably should have looked at this one. Like, look at this. That was clean, guys. And we were trading at that time. All right. We'll come back to that one. Okay, so still below 1762. All right. It's still making this ending. You know what I mean? Now it's just a patient game. You know, we can't rely strictly on these candles to be huge impulse moves. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to be a push, pull, cool off. You know, and that's just happening. We are seeing some heavy resistance at 1762. Okay, but it's continuing to make that bullish play. All right. The candle that really kind of set it off for me and made me really realize that bulls might be the ones taking control here was this very big candle right here. All right, like I was telling the guys on the call, roughly, you know, it's almost a $5 candle, depending on from like if you do on the wicks or if you do the open and the close of the body. That's almost a 50 pip candle. Okay, so it's very strong pressure from the buyers for the continuation of the push. So let's just wait and see, guys. It's important to just be patient. That's the key when you're trading. All right, be very, very patient. And guys, if you could just like the video, you know what I mean. I know you guys are watching. If you have any questions, you can throw them in the chat box. It's a good time. I think we're going to get some continuation right at this 15-minute candle open. You know what I mean? It'll be 10:15, so there's 38 seconds left. The first 15-minute, it can, you know, always kind of set the pace for how the rest of the hourly candle closes. Not all the time, but it has a good indication of which direction it's going to go. So okay, NASDAQ, not good. Gold, looking nice. Okay, making continuation, guys. So broke above the 1762. Here's another retest here. Okay, this wick did not attempt to test this one. It's very close, but it's a little weak of a close. Okay, so we needed to break 1763.14. All right, to continue the actual trend. All right. So guys, if you're in the trade from initial entry, you would be up roughly 30 pips. All right. I think this is going to have a nice little push. So I think we might get a little bit more than that. We'd like it to hit 1764. Obviously, the take profit is making higher highs and higher lows, following the ascending angle to the upside. So it's looking nice, guys. I'm liking this trade right here. Okay, guys, maybe look to take some profits. You know what I mean? It's approaching a high here. Okay, it's looking really good, but just be ready for potential profit taking here. All right. It's made its way roughly 40 pips. Okay, 40 pips on entry. So let's wait and see what's going to happen. I don't like to make any judgments because this market is very, you know what I mean, it has a mind of its own. Like you always hear Ron say, we're not bigger than the markets, and I'm telling you that we're not. All right, so but look for potential gold selling pressure to come in. You know what I mean? 38, we've made it to almost 50 pips. All right, so let's just ride this out. If it starts to break 1762, you know what I mean, it's looking potentially bearish. Like I said, had a hard time breaking above here, and now you can tell the sellers are really trying to push it down. Okay, so like I would say, take some profit, pay yourself. You know what I mean. If you took these trades, guys, if you're just watching, you know what I mean, that's phenomenal. So you know you can do 80% again, guys. I'm a big believer in this. 80% TP, 20% RAR. All right. All right. You see, guys, always going to have that push pull with gold. It never just kind of runs, but right now it's looking like it's going to retest the 1762 and it might potentially push back down. The buyers are still there, guys. They pushed nice momentum up. You know what I mean? They attempted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Finally broke and had a nice little continuation. So we got to expect maybe another little retest here because the sellers, they want to push it back down to that area. Okay. Let's check out NASDAQ. Okay. Still, guys, not good trading. Look at this. We had it charted. We had an impulse sell with, you know, it looked good as a confirmation. It ended up tapping on our stop loss. We had a very tight stop loss here, but now it's looking like it's finding some support roughly around this area. Do you see what I'm saying? Like all this, like this whole area, this box right here is finding 1 wick, 2 wick, 3 wick, 4, 5, and then up here it's even more. So we know that this is a lot of buying buyers around this area here. Okay, so if you're looking for any kind of trade, you know what I mean, it's roughly right around this break, and it's a small lot. Okay, I'm not saying don't enter. Let's just see what it does. Okay, guys. So if you're entering, it's pretty much on your own risk. But I'm just waiting to see how this would play out here. Okay, we found a resistance, a ceiling right around 14,564. You know what I mean? And we're starting to find some support. You know, the floor right around the low, which is 1450, 14,533. And that's why I'm kind of putting, you know, potential stop loss right there. I'm not entering in right now. You know what I mean? There's no entry. There's no even wick up there. But if it's going to be a buy, it's going to push right up here and it's going to start to fill this previous selling pressure. All right. But for right now, I'm not looking for that. I think it's maybe going to go into a sell as we had the original position, but we'll wait and see. Okay, so look for it to maybe fill this previous wick. All right. A lot of the time, gold does head fake you, where it pushes it down, and then the next candle fills the wick. Okay. So, but as you can see, guys, these candles were they had a lot of volume here, a lot of pressure for the push. Very large candles. Now they're kind of getting smaller and smaller near the top. Okay, you can see there's some top wick here. That's what I'm saying. I would have taken some profit right there. All right. I got out of the trade roughly right around here. Okay, I secured some partials, and I don't have a runner running. I closed it personally. Okay, but when you push it, if it pushes up here again, you know what I mean, I'm not going to re-enter. I'm going to wait because now we're approaching a high. Okay, so if anything, we're looking for maybe entering in a sell there. Am I suggesting that we do that yet? No, we need to wait for these candles to close and see where price is going to do and see if we recognize any patterns in terms of candles. So we just need to be very patient. All right. So guys, it might be a long position, guys. There's a lot of bottom wicks here. There's a lot of bottom wicks. All right. The reason why I'm putting it here, guys, it's around the 14,564. There's a lot of resistance right here. Okay. It's even happening. It happened roughly over here. Okay. See, I'm saying before. So this area we know. But if it starts to break above here, guys, like I said, it has shot up to all the way to a potential take profit, which is here. And look at that, guys. Okay, so it'll be this wick right here. It's got to break if it's going to have bullish momentum here. All right, so we need to, if it's going to break, guys, like I said, it's got to come up here, retest for a continuation. All right, and you can see from down here, guys, they made a bottom, the low, and then starting to push up. Pushed up to this wick right here, pushed up even further, sold it off, but held support. Now it's walking its way up. It's making higher highs. Okay, the wicks are not, but the bottom wicks are. Okay, so that's what I always look for me personally, just as like certain confirmation indications. Okay, wait till the candle closes, guys. It could close below, okay, which would not be an entry. This is your impulse. Okay, so just patiently wait. All right, gold is still walking its way up. All right, okay, sorry, just checking what the spread is right now. Okay, guys, so let's just wait and see. Gold is right now, it's holding some support around 1762 area. All right, it potentially can start to break here. That's what I'm saying. We look to take profits here. If you're still in the trade, guys, maybe look to take some more profits here. Okay, you know what I mean? I still personally think it's going to go bullish, but again, I can't guarantee that. You know what I mean? We just need to make sure that the buyers are pushing its way and starting challenging this wick right here. Okay, as long as it holds here and it slowly walks its way up, you know what I mean? We're going to be in a steady uptrend here. Okay. See, Nasdaq, it's still holding some support there, guys. Like this is looking all right, but we need these candles to close above for the continuation here. Okay. Okay, here's your retest. Let's see what's going to happen. Need to see a little more pressure. It's kind of indecision. You know what I mean? There's it's similar to a doji candle, guys, which is pretty much this. All right, it's like a cross. Okay, buyers pushed it up. You know, sellers rejected it, but they closed at even. All right, there's no volume in the candle. Okay, now they're starting to get a little bit better of a retest here. All right, so we just need to wait and see here. That's why there's no entry, guys. It pushed up, the retest is starting to push down. If it held here, you know what I mean, then we're looking for a little bit of a confirmation possible buy. All right, just because it goes in the green, guys, we can't get excited. We need to wait for confirmations here. Okay, and look, but this is nice. This wick right here is made it above this previous wick. Okay, so as long as they can find some support right around within the stop loss area, you know what I mean? This might be a good, a potentially good setup here. All right, and we just need to wait for the candle to close. It's 3 minutes and 38 seconds left, so let's just be patient. Let's wait and see. The same thing is with gold happening. It's happening with gold right now, guys. It's very choppy. Okay, there was no really clean continuation breaks. Okay, so remember, did mention that they would test the 1762 area again. Okay, potential hanging man candlestick right here. You know what I mean? There is a little bit of a bottom, top wick, which the top would be the you know what I mean? In terms of you understand candlesticks, the sellers, so this will be the top. You know, this is a possible reversal pattern or possible reversal candlestick. It's got a little bit of a wick right here, which is all right, but remember, there's still that strong ascending angle that we've been following all the way up here. Okay, from 1755. All right, it starts to break the 62 and this angle. You know what I mean? Then potentially we can look forward to getting out of this trade. But right now, I was telling you there's some doji action here. But this candle is a little bit worrisome for me. All right, so that's what I'm saying. Look to take some partials again, depending on when you got in, simply because we want to make sure that we're securing profits. Okay. Okay. Just checking the spreads again, guys. Sorry. I always check spreads depending on where we're at in the trade. Okay. Simply because I like to see where we're at. All right. So same thing. We're hovering right now. All right. Bottom wick. Okay. So the buyers are still there. It's looking potentially good, but we need to see something like this. Okay. We need to see the reverse for the continuation. We need to see it pretty much hold that 14,563 area. Okay. Okay. Getting a nice little push. Okay, see these long, like it's a long, long bodies with very long wicks. You know, over here, and now it's just basically like sticks. So you got your no pressure. You know what I mean? Now it's finding a little bit with the continuation. That's why, guys, we're looking for potential good buy continuation here. All right. So we open it above it. Okay. Above 14,564, but they didn't. This wick needs to start challenge. Sorry, this body and candle needs to start challenging this wick for the continuation. If not, like I said, it's it might just sell off and come back in this area again. All right, we've seen it happen a few times. Okay. Okay, looking all right. So I'm just gonna. Sorry. All right. So I always just kind of move my ascending angle simply to see the possible continuation. All right. So we made a nice little push, selling a little bit off right here, holding some support. All right. If it starts to break here, like I was telling you guys, it's going to come maybe back down and consolidate in this area right around here. All right. There's not too much push in terms of buyers coming in. 10:30, we can see a little bit of a candle here happening. All right. Let's just wait and see, because I know Yusuf mentioned that 10 and 10:30 that there is some orange folders here. Okay, guys. So there's that buy, looking good. A lot of potential here. All right. And if it starts to break up here, guys, like it can maybe get up here, which is a higher time frame. You know what I mean? The high, but we just got to wait and see. All right. Okay, those are, you know, very powerful candles. That's a very bullish candle here. All right. Okay. All right, guys. So as you can see, it's getting some resistance right at these two candle closes and open. All right. So roughly at 14,577. Okay, so you can see it pushed up here, pushed down. This would have been a take profit here. I want the wick though. Okay, we want the last place price action has been uh, to see if we can get up here, because if it starts to get up here, guys, like then we can possibly get nice breakouts. All right, so there's a lot of pressure, a lot of volume in these candles. So let's just wait and see what's going to happen. Okay, I believe we have the ability to fill and roughly get up here. Okay, which will look something like this. All right, are we going to get to it right away? I don't think so. Okay, but it has the potential to fill. All right. Okay, so there's a minute and 14 seconds left. All right. Guys, I'm doing like three things at once here. What I normally have is a separate screen with, you know, another basically chart on there. I have my sell, and pretty much I have an MT4 going too. Okay. So, all right, guys. So now sellers are pushing it right back down. Okay, look at that. It's a lot of pressure right there. Okay, so look to maybe take some profit here. All right. They do tend to fill wick. Okay, but again, like this indice is being very erratic right now. All right, so, and guys, like there was nothing that any of us could have done about that. They could still push it up. You know, there's 30 seconds left. Let's just wait and see how it closes here. Okay. Check gold one last time before I move on. Gold is very bullish, guys. It's filling this wick right here. Remember, I did say that. And guys, that's the thing. We're not getting head faked out by these trades. We're holding. You know, we're looking for key areas, support and resistance, guys. This is almost 50 pips. You know what I mean? We're at 45 pips right now. Okay. Look for the sell-off here. Look for the potential retest in terms of this ascending angle here. All right. Okay, that new candle open. Let's check out NASDAQ for a second here. Okay, so it's a little bit indecision. They pushed it down. New candle opened up. Okay, the buyers are trying to come in. It's really around these areas, guys, like right around here. You're just putting them in consolidation areas here. So there needs to be a lot of push to be able to get it back up here. It's simply because of where, you know what I mean, a lot of the, you know, big banks, you know, whoever it may be, have their sell stops there. You know, they're starting to sell simply because they're seeing this area has had a lot of selling pressure previously. Okay, so let's just wait on that one. Okay, guys, at this point, like, you can move your stop loss to break even. Okay, secure some partials. This is a risk-free trade. All right. Okay, and I say risk-free trade because, you know what I mean, your stop loss is at break even. You can move your stop loss in profit if you wanted to. If you wanted to move your stop loss to 1761, even at 1762, you know what I mean, you're securing yourself roughly 25 pips. You know, that's a great, you know, that's a great day. A lot of people, they don't need, you know, 200-300 pips in a day. Some people, they definitely need them because they're using smaller lot sizes, so they're scalping in and out, in and out. But when you can start to do, find nice trades like this, 25 to 40 pips, good entries, move your stop loss to break even, take partials, you can definitely become more of a consistent, trader, right? And it just takes some time. You know what I mean? It's not like it's going to happen overnight. It's something that does take a little bit of some years to master. So, and you can't even really master it, to be honest with you, in terms of trading gold, because you can just have all the confirmations in terms of your strategy, right? And you just have to trust that sequence. Okay, so if you guys don't mind, that profit taking would be money, money, money. Okay, so guys, that is a bearish engulfing candlestick. Okay, right here. Okay, that's a very powerful candle in terms of the sellers. So please look to take your profits here. Okay, please look to take your profits. All right. If it holds here, you know what I mean, it's still a powerful candle depending on, but we just need to wait and see how this candle closes. But this right here, right now, all right, is a bearish and engulfing candlestick. Okay. If it stays like that, you know what I mean? If it holds support, no doubt. But if it's, sorry, it won't be. But if it doesn't and it starts to break down here, that's a very powerful trend reversal candle. Okay, very powerful. All right. I do appreciate that. You know what I mean? They're holding some support here, but that candle is a little bit. It's a little bit worry for me. Okay. Not to the point where I'm going to exit a trade if I was still in it, but we need to just make sure that we understand that that was a bearish engulfing candlestick. This body completely engulfed this previous candle here, made it touched down at 1762, and this wick did not. So that's why, you know what I mean? I just wanted to highlight that for you guys. So just so you understand, if it doesn't close like this, you know what I mean? We still know that there's a lot of selling pressure right at 1764, right at 1764.50. Okay. If you do get out, guys, don't worry. We can, look at getting in another trade, but this is something that you guys need to be aware of. Okay. We have all these in terms of, candlestick patterns and what candlesticks are which in the back end of our website. So, you know, it's on the top left-hand corner, stocksnipertrading.com. You can check it out and, join the sniper team. Okay. So remember, they usually do try to fill wicks. Okay, so let's see if the sellers can at least test it down to 1762 one more time. If not, let's see if they're going to start testing the top at 1764. Okay. Okay, our NAS trade was looking very promising. Sellers came in, pushed it back down, found some support, and guys, they're finding support and walking their way up here. Okay, so it's a very difficult indice to trade when you're scalping it, especially when it's like barcoding like this. Like, I'm not looking to just scalp individual candles. You know what I mean? I want to find the overall trend. Okay, and as of right now, we made some push. Now we're getting some pull here. Okay, and we're going into the actual stop loss area. Okay, so let's wait and see. All right, if it can come back down and start testing here, or if the buyers are going to start, taking control and pushing it back up. Okay, so guys, that essentially, it was a bearish engulfing candlestick. Okay, opened up around 3/4 of this candle. Buyers came in, pushed it right back up. But again, this could be potential head fake candle. All right, and then they could push it right back down. What we need is, guys, as I've been saying on the call, you know what I mean? We need to start testing these wicks right here to continue the higher high and higher low situation that we're in right now. Okay. Okay. Getting some top wick now. All right, so okay, so remember I did say they might head fake us out, push down, and then fill the bottom of this hook right here. So let's just wait. We're not doing anything just yet. Okay. Okay, now this is just hovering, guys. Let's see if it's going to hold some support here. Let's check out the US 30 for 1 second. Made some move. We wouldn't have had much continuation. We looked at it right here at the 3-bar play, 4-bar play, and then it's continuing. But look for maybe a little bit of a sell-off here eventually. I don't have anything charted, so I'm not saying that that has, weight. But what I'm saying is it has a lot of potential. Okay. Okay, so there's the gold trade. NASDAQ trade. Okay. Okay, guys, as you can tell, a lot of barcoding. Okay. I did say that they'd probably try to fill this wick right here. All right. And they're starting to do so. Okay. So what we want to do is, if it starts to break 1762, you secure your profit. Okay. If not, if you want to secure, like I said, 50 to 80% of it, you may do so. And then even if it dips, guys, and continues, at least you have a runner. Okay. That's how it generally works. When you want to leave a runner for going overall, like believable long-term trend. Do we know this? No, we don't. But at least, you know what I mean? You want to have a stop loss set right at where we had it before. Actually it was almost roughly down here. But if you want to have it at this support, 1757, I think that would be potentially a good idea. That way you're only risking what we risked initially when we started entering this trade. Okay. And it's only 20%, actually, maybe 40 to 20%, depending on how much partials you are looking to take. Well, guys, this definitely not real easy to trade. You know what I mean? But again, when you can start to realize candlesticks and price action, you know what I mean? You definitely can understand that it trumps all indicators. I don't have one indicator on my chart, and we've made almost 50 pips on gold. Okay, so it's all mastering and learning price action. Okay, support and resistance, supply and demand, and obviously joining our channel. So, guys, if you are on the channel too, if you don't mind, maybe hit the like button. Obviously we're trying to grow this. We're doing like 2-3 sessions in the morning, 2-3 sessions at night. My partner is going to be doing live sessions tonight, so it's something that when we can get more likes, we get more love, the channel will grow. We'll be doing this hopefully pretty much all day. All right, so all right, so that's what gold looks like zoomed in. All right, finding some respected area at 1764.3. Like I said, around the 1764.50 to 765. Okay, we're finding good ceiling power, which is resistance here. Okay, 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. We'll wait and see how this candle closes to make any kind of decision. But for now, we're still holding the uptrend. Okay. NASDAQ is still hovering in TP area. Okay, but it needs to start challenging this wick up here. There was a lot of momentum here, a lot of selling, and then a lot of possible reversal to gain that momentum again. All right. Two minutes left. Okay, gold is still holding. Okay, there's a minute and 35 seconds left in this candle, guys. I'm just looking at the spreads again. It's important to notice on your broker before doing any kind of trades, obviously, which spread it is and how much it is, along with your commissions. Oh, guys, there we go. There we go. That's it. That's it. Let's go. It's going to shoot right through our TP, man. I told you it has potential to get up there. I like it a lot. There we go, guys. That is 60 pips, guys. 60 pips. Okay, guys, so now... Okay. That was a nice grab, guys. Nice little push at the end. Look for the retest. This might be your sell-off, guys, so look to take some profits here. Remember I told you? I'm going to just quickly switch to NASDAQ for 1 second. Okay, so yeah, NASDAQ sold off, guys. Okay. Gold is still good. Hit 60 pips. All right. I'm just going to focus on gold, guys, for the next actually for the last little bit, simply to seal it off. Okay. We're looking good, guys. Still making the higher highs, higher lows. There we go, guys. We're testing. We need to go higher. We need to go on the 15-minute. This is very bullish here, guys. This thing starts to pop, we're money. Go back down to 5. If it starts to pop, guys, it has the power to go to 1767. Okay. There we go. Let's see if we can get a nice push. There we go, guys. Let's go. That's it. Let's go. Guys, that's 75 pips. 76 pips. There we go, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Should I hit it? Should I hit it? One more. One more. Guys, this is like unbelievable. 80 pips, guys. Almost 80 pips. Oh, God. Here we go. Let's go. Come on here. Ay, ay, ay. Let's go. My first call live. 82 pips on gold. All right, let's go up to the higher time frame. Let's start collecting some more data here. This is like unbelievable. Might be a little bit of a potential reversal here. Oh God, here we go. Let's go. Come on here. Ay, ay, ay. Let's go. My first call live. 82 pips on gold. All right, let's go up to the higher time frame. Let's start collecting some more data. Okay, guys, look for your potential reverse sell-off here. We did say we started to first, but it's been holding the higher highs and higher lows. Okay, told you. Okay, guys, we're going to stay for roughly around 5 more minutes. Okay. Okay, so 4 minutes left. It's still holding some good support here. Okay, guys. It's looking good. All right. I want to check out NASDAQ for 1 second here. Oh, God, look at this. There we go. Let's go. I like it. I like it. There we go. Come on. Give me that 80 pips. This is at least a 100 pip call. That's it, 100 pips, ladies and gentlemen, on this call alone. Risk. This did not touch stop loss here, okay? It did the same thing with gold. It kind of dipped in the stop loss area, and then it made a push. Guys, look to take your profit, okay? Call's going to end in a few minutes, all right? So secure profits, guys. This definitely has power and momentum, I believe, if it starts to break up here, to push and go higher and higher. Okay, so see what I mean? It potentially could get all the way up to 14,603 if it has a lot of push. All right. If not, if it doesn't break here, you know what I mean, 14,000, 586. Look for potential little sell off here. Maybe a dip buy with a continuation. All right. There's your bearish engulfing candlestick, guys. So it happened before, okay, but this is it's at a high, okay, and this is holding some weight here. All right, there's still mid and 49 seconds left, guys. Look to take your profit. You went from being up 80 pips potentially to only being up, you know what I mean, maybe 50. Okay, so we did potentially give away 30 pips. But again, look to take your profit here, okay? Like, look to take your profit because this might actually sell and eat away a little bit more, okay? And again, you can take profit if you'd like to, or you could take partials and then leave a runner if you believe that gold could go all the way, okay? In our group, guys, we do send out, updates and stuff like that, and it'll be pretty much after every call. So, if you haven't checked this out, it's actually right here, Stock Sniper Trading. This is one of the actual blogs that we do. We break down trades for you, explain monthly memberships, and go over, show you live profit tickets, and there's a whole section here for it. The membership section is roughly right here. You can check us out, and this and that. So that's for our VIP group. Pretty much $1 a day, so it's not too much for what you get in return. We just made 80 pips, and NASDAQ, you know what I mean, has potential to go a little bit higher too. So we get you into the best possible trades, guys. We are not, obviously advisors. This is all done pretty much on, being self-taught and everything. Obviously, you guys take risk in your own hand. We're just trying to find it, show you the best trades possible and how to, look for breakouts, possible retests, support and resistance. We try to break down everything for you so you guys can become, a little more consistent and try to, become more profitable traders, right? But it is 11 o'clock, guys. So I am going to call this call, okay? If anyone has any questions, please shoot us a message. Please like, follow, subscribe to our channel. If you haven't done so already, you'll get a notification every time we go live. My partner Ron is going live tonight, so you will get 2 times a day. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for joining.